Hey guys, and welcome back to this video on the Johnster Space channel, where I'm going to be going into Pokemon Battle Revolution on my Wii and seeing if, we can still use DS games with it in 2026. Because it's a game I discovered recently, and I wanted to see if, you can still battle using stuff from your DS games on it. So yeah, that's why I'm on that table next to where the TV is. There's those two DS's with cartridges. I'm gonna quickly go over them, and then we can get into the game and see if it works or not. So this first one here is a regular silver original model DS. You can see here, standard. And the cartridge I'm going to be using with it is this Pokemon Pearl version cartridge, which is an authentic one. That's in my collection. And that's for the other one. This is another silver DS model. Although this one has, as you can see, USB ports on it. Because it's a capture card one. For when I want to record PC gameplay of games and stuff. The cartridge I'm going to be using with this one is this authentic Pokemon SoulSilver version DS cartridge. You can tell it's an authentic one because it's has this black cartridge case. It's in it's a black cartridge, NTR031, which shows it's a genuine. There's another Pokemon item in my collection. It's kind of silvery here too if I shine it around in the light. Show its authenticity, so. Yeah, let's go in the USB loader GX and boot up the game, So yeah, just gonna select the game here from the menu and start it. Turn up the volume a bit on my TV though, so you can hear the game, I have played this game a bit before, recently. Testing it out and stuff. It's pretty fun actually. Despite being almost 20 years old. So yeah, I'm gonna go in the Coliseum mode here and start a new game. As part of seeing if we can copy stuff from a DS game onto a file here. I mean, you can see here I played this already. It's this JSP file. But I'm not using that. This is a new one. So we'll do that on file 2 for a new game. You get this intro. Thank you for choosing to fly with Poketopia Airlines today. We will be arriving in Poketopia in just a few minutes. Please take this time to create your own profile before arriving. Thank you. So yeah, before Pokopia, which is that pretty new Pokemon game, we had a place called Poketopia in one of the earlier games. So yeah, we'll just create our profile here. You get this chill music. I'm gonna use my SoulSilver cartridge for like this. So I'm gonna name it like JSPSS, you know? Just, you know, select the letters from like the menu where it says, what's your name? Yeah. Then we select yes when it asks us if the name is okay. JSPSS. And yeah, that is fine. You see it's night here, I guess. Welcome to Pokétopia. Pokétopia is a Pokemon Battle theme park where many trainers gather from all over the world. My name is Anna. I'm the receptionist here, and I will be your Pokétopia guide. Thank you for coming. And it says, perhaps you have some questions. May I tell you about Pokétopia in more detail? And I guess I will say listen. In each area of Pokétopia, you'll find Pokemon battle facilities called Coliseums. There are many kinds of battles held in the Coliseums. Make sure you challenge them all. To enter a Pokemon battle in a Coliseum, you need to have a battle pass issued to you by Pokétopia. A battle pass is a card that contains information about a trainer and their Pokemon. Well then, in commemoration of your first visit to Pokétopia, I will give you this battle pass. This type of battle pass is called a rental pass. Please choose one you like. So you know, first time you play the game, you like, you can choose a rental pass, which has like, you know, existing stuff on it. You know, not using your own like Pokemon or anything, someone else's. Like from the game's default stuff. So see, the two ones you can choose from is Nate and Cindy, you know. You see here, she has like Gen 1 stuff. You know, we got Ivysaur, Charmeleon, Wartortle, Dragonair, Rhyhorn, and Pidgeot. All level 50 as part of the rental pass. Then for the boy, you have like Nate, who has Grotle, Monferno, Prinplup, Luxio, Gutbite, and Staravia. So you know, Gen 4 stuff. This game only lets you use Pokemon from like Gen 1 to 4. Not Gen 5 or later, because it was made like before those black and white games came out. So Gen 1 to 4 stuff, you can use it in this game. Not anything higher. This is like from 2007, you know? You know, when Diamond and Pearl came out. Well, we'll just use Cindy, I guess, for my rental path. I mean, we're gonna copy over our, like, own stuff anyway, just to get started. A battle pass contains the information of a trainer and up to 6 of their Pokemon. A trainer is a character who battles instead of you. You can choose the trainer's appearance, style, and even what they say during a battle, their catchphrases. By the way, okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is where it's asking us now. By the way, would you happen to have a DS Pokemon game? We're gonna say yeah, cause we have one, you know. Probably showing you, you can like still use these games with the Battle Revolution and like, you know, the modern era, like, you know, today. So we say yes to that about if we have a DS game. And that says, oh, that's great. If you have a DS Pokemon game, you can bring Pokemon that you raised yourself to Poketopia by copying them. You can then use the Pokemon you've copied to Poketopia and create your very own Battle Pass called a Custom Pass. To copy Pokemon from a DS Pokemon game, go to the storage menu. Then choose Copy Pokemon. This process is very easy, so make sure you try it out. You can participate in Pokemon battles right away using the rental pass that you've just received. However, unlike a custom pass, Pokemon can't be sent to a rental pass. So the rental and custom passes are separate. Rental is like, you get a strict set of things. Custom is you can put whatever Pokemon you want on it. Next, let me introduce the other menus. In the Battle Pass menu, you can edit your Battle Passes, change your trainer's appearance, and change catchphrases, and set Pokemon to your custom passes. At the shop, you can buy gear for your trainer to wear. It is also given as a reward for your achievements in battle. We have various types of gear at the shop. Make sure to check it out. In the battle menu, you can choose Coliseum Battle, which is hosted by Poketopia. You can also choose Free Battle, which allows you to battle either a friend or one of the battle passes you have. In the Nintendo WFC menu, you can enjoy Pokemon battles with other players who are connected to Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. As a note, this service is not online anymore, so the online stuff does not work in this game. The local connections do with connecting to a DS game now. But this, the Wi-Fi connection stuff does not work anymore because the servers are shut down. The other stuff does though, like I just said. In the shop menu, you can buy gear for your trainers as well as mystery gifts which you can send to your DS Pokemon game. So, in the Gen 4 games and Heart Gold and SoulSilver, there was you could get mystery gifts in them by sending them from this Battle Revolution game to the DS game. And that's how you get mystery gifts in the game. As it says here. You'll need some Poke coupons to go shopping with. Poke coupons are given to you as a reward for clearing a Coliseum battle. In the profile menu, you can check your profile and your battle records. And then the last option is this. Finally, in the save menu, you can save your progress in Poketopia so far. Please make sure to save your game before leaving Poketopia. That's all I have to show you for now. I am really looking forward to seeing your outstanding performance here at Poketopia. I wish you the best of luck. And now after Anna's long introduction, we can finally do stuff. So we're gonna go to storage, which says copy Pokemon from a DS Pokemon game, or check the Pokemon you already have in storage. Select that. This is the storage menu. In Copy Pokemon, you can copy your Pokemon from your Pokemon DS game. Pokemon copied to the Wii console will be sent to storage. In check storage, you can check which Pokemon are already saved in storage. So we're gonna go to copy Pokemon. And then it's gonna say, you can copy Pokemon from your DS Pokemon game. Once you have copied Pokemon, you can only use the same DS Pokemon game to copy Pokemon to Pokemon Battle Revolution. So once you link a cartridge to this save file, you can only keep using that one, not any other cartridge, you know? So like one cartridge per save file you can like keep using. If you try and use a different one after copying it over, it won't let you. So we'll choose copy Pokemon. And that says turn on the power of DS systems which have a DS Pokemon game inserted. Proceed to the DS Pokemon games menu and select connect to Wii. So this adds like a new option to the game using like the wireless connection that lets you connect it to the Wii. So that's where those DS's I have on the table come in. Oh, it also tells you to use a DS Pokemon game that already has Pokemon in the game. If it's like a new file, you know, you can't use it. So you have to actually have played your game a bit to have stuff to copy over. So let me go get that. So here it is again. SoulSilver cartridge we're going to be using. And then this, you know, modified DS. Get a good view of it. I'm going to put the cartridge in here so you can see. So we're gonna select SoulSilver from the menu. See, we got SoulSilver booted up now. So we're gonna start it. Then if I go down here, you can see I have some progress on here. If I go down here, there's a new option called Connect to Wii, which has the wireless like symbol next to it. Connect to Wii. So we're gonna select that option. And it says searching for the Wii. See, it found the game. Now communicating with the Wii. The Battle Revolution screen has appeared on my DS. So that shows, you know, it's like connecting to it. And now it's copying Pokemon from the DS Pokemon game. See, it says sending Pokemon data to the Wii. So it's communicating in real time, you know? With my DS. It's cool this still works, you know? Using the wireless communications. The DS system will now turn off after it has finished copying. And as you can see, copying of Pokemon was successfully completed. Press any button to return to the reception desk. And it says, turn the DS system's power off to quit. And you know, where the Wii icon is on this screen, it says OK. So that means it was successful. And now the DS will just turn off, as you can see here. And now we can go back to the Battle Revolution game. And you know, show you what it copied over from my DS. game of SoulSilver. Okay, so now we can check storage. Search through Pokemon that have been copied to storage. You know, now that we copied them over, we can like look at them. As you can see in box 1, I had 13 Pokemon. Like this is what I had collected in like the SoulSilver game. You can see here. I had a Bellsprout named Pea Shooter, a Wooper named Whopper, a Magikarp named Fishy, an Ekans named Sneck, an Onix named Rocky 2, an Abra named Springtrap, a Dunsparce named Dunny, another Dunsparce named Dunner, a Mareep called Sean, cause it's like a sheep, you know. A Pseudo-Widow called The Mimic, which I think is a FNAF reference. A Ghastly called Boo, you know, like the Boos from Mario. I also have an egg here. And a Nidoran female called Roxy, which is level 12. This is what I'd like collected in the game when I was playing SoulSilver, like last year, I think. Now as for my party Pokemon, you know, this is what I have in my party. A Bayleaf at level 28 called The Modder. A level 20 Onix called Rocky. A level 16 Sandshrew called W. Afton, you know, for William Afton, but it's too short, so I had to shorten it for the name. A Stantler called Rudolph, level 15. A Togepi called Eggler at level 14, and a Nidoran male called Foxy, which according to this icon here, I think means it was caught in like a Premier Ball. Like all these other ones just show like a regular Pokeball next to their like entry on the party Pokemon screen in this game. But the Nidoran has like a Premier Ball icon. You know, it's cool how it shows you all the stats about your Pokemon. You know, like on this screen. Like you can see this Bayleaf has a Miracle Seed, 81 HP, Grass type, and then what Pokeball it was caught in, or is currently inside of. Yeah, that's a look at, you know, my storage. So now we can create a custom pass. So we go to Battle Pass, and then it tells us this. A custom pass is a battle pass that can be used only by players who have copied their Pokemon from a DS Pokémon game to the Wii console. You can set your Pokemon as you like on a custom pass. You can also change the trainer's character style or the design of the custom pass. And then next to that is rental pass. A rental pass is a custom pass that can be used by anyone. Pokemon set on a rental pass can't be changed. However, you can switch Pokemon with the other rental passes. You can also coordinate the appearance of the trainer or edit their catchphrases. And then under Custom Pass and Rental Pass is this Friend Pass option. A Friend Pass is a battle pass that can be loaded from the Wii Remote or given to you by a player you've battled in a Wi-Fi battle. Which, like I said, the Wi-Fi battles I don't think work anymore, because that's like an online thing, which isn't gonna work. The local stuff does communicate. As we just saw with copying stuff from the DS to this Wii game. Friend passes are added to your collection, can be used as opponents in free battles. So now we go to the custom pass option. And it says a custom pass is created by using a blank pass. Choose a design you like from the selection of blank passes. So we have Ball Mosaic Red, Star Green, and Stream Blue. I think I'm gonna choose Stream Blue, cause you know Lugia's like related to water and stuff, since we use SoulSilver. So I'm gonna choose Stream Blue design for the pass. Choose Create a custom pass to create your own pass using the design you selected. Choose a character style for your trainer. So we have Young Boy A, then Young Boy B, Young Boy C. I think you get the point. There's like 18 of these character styles you can choose from. The cool feature is you can twist your Wii remote to rotate the character. As you can see here, I'm twisting the Wii remote to rotate this character. And yeah, we'll go with Cool Boy A. This boy looks cool and calm, but his heart burns for more and more battles. Choose the Cool Boy A. Yeah. Enter your trainer's name. So we'll do that next, you know? Alright guys, so I'm back. I had to go out somewhere for like a few hours between like the last clip and this one. So you know, it's been a few hours since the last clip, but I'm back now and we're just gonna continue this. So I'm at the enter your trainer's name screen, like you remember from what you just saw. So the default name you get for your trainer is Tommy, I guess. So I'm gonna change this. Since we're using a SoulSilver like save file that we copied over, I'm just gonna name my trainer Lugia, you know, as like a reference to, you know, the legendary Lugia from SoulSilver, which is one of my favorite legendaries, you know. So we'll name ourselves Lugia here. L-U-G-I and A. So that's what we are naming our trainer, Lugia. And then we confirm our option with the confirm button here. And it asks us, is Lugia okay for the name? We say yes by clicking the yes button, you know? You know, by hovering over it with the Wii remote. As you can see here, hover over it, then press yes. So we're a beginning trainer named Lugia. And then it says, with a custom pass, you can choose a trainer's character style as well as their name. Also, you can choose which Pokemon you want to have on the pass. Choose Set DS Pokemon Party to set the Pokemon from the Party Pokemon box in storage to your Battle Pass. As you can see here, we have no Pokemon yet on our Custom Pass, so we go to Set DS Pokemon Party. And by default, just adds the Pokemon from like your party that you copied over from like the game. So you know, that's why these 6 ones that I showed you a little ago just show up here. So I'm actually, but there is a way to like change these out, you know. So if let's say if I don't want this like Stantler on my team, I can say, do what with Rudolph, which is what the Stantler is named. And then I go to storage, and it says set Pokemon from storage. So I press like the storage button, and it lets me choose like a Pokemon from my box to replace that one on the pass in my party, you know, for the 6 Pokemon you have there. So let's say I want, let's see. If I want like this Nidoran female named Roxy instead of like that, I just go to it and I select shift with the name of the other Pokemon, Rudolph, you know. And now it shows up on my custom pass, like one of my Pokemon here. You know. You can also like move these around, as you can see. So I like arranging stuff by like the level it is. You know, first Pokemon is like the highest level one, which is, you know, this Bayleaf, the modder, you know. The lowest level one's at like the end of the pass. So let me see. Okay, this all looks good, you know. We have our 6 Pokemon here. And now I return to the Battle Pass select. Return to the previous screen. This looks all good here. And now we finished our custom pass. So now we can actually like use it in battles and stuff, you know? Okay, now it says this is the save menu. In save game, you can save your progress in Poketopia. In save battle pass, you can save your battle pass to a Wii remote. In load battle pass, you can register other players' battle passes as friend passes by loading the data saved in the Wii remote. So this was interesting. It could save and load data from your Wii remote, you know? The thing I'm holding right here, this blue Wii remote. You could save and load stuff directly from it. You know, which was pretty interesting, I guess. You know, I didn't know the Wii remote could like save and store and load data until like I found this game, you know? Interesting. So we're just gonna save our game before we get into like the DS battles and stuff. As you can see, I've been on this for like 50 minutes already. Would you like to save the game? File to, name JSPSS, playtime 50 minutes. And we have 0 Poke coupons, so we'll say yes. Saving the game, do not turn the power off. The game has been saved. And then to get to the thing where we can select like the play on, to use like our DS games that I've had on that table over there. We actually have to like quit so we get back to the title screen. And then I think you can select that mode from there. So yeah. It says, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And now we're back on the title screen. This also has this thing about the control type. So I just use Wii Remote Control Type A, which is this one shown here. Press A button to go to the main menu. So yeah. Here it is, DS Battle Mode. So this is where the DS's come into play, like the 2 ones I have. You know, it's probably, you know, testing and showing that this still works in 2026. Which I found interesting. So instead of playing Coliseum mode, we go to DS Battle Mode. So yeah, it says... Well, let me show you what the text for DS Battle Mode says before I, like, start it. So it says, battle wirelessly on the Wii with your Nintendo DS system and a DS Pokemon game. So like I said, we have a Pearl copy that has, like, you know, an existing save file on it from, like, the person I got from on eBay. And the SoulSilver progress is my own one, you know? So we're, like, gonna battle them against each other. See what that's like, you know? So we select DS Battle Mode. And instead of selecting File 1, we select File 2, which is the one I just made. And then it says, DS Battle Mode. Enjoy intense Pokemon battles using your DS Pokemon game. To enter a DS battle, connect your DS Pokemon game to the Wii while entry standby is displayed. And it shows an icon of, like, the Wii here, and then, like, 4 DS icons around it. To show you could connect up the 4 DS consoles at once to your Wii and do, like, you know, 4 people battling at once. Like, you know, I think there's, like, different modes you can select, too. You could battle up the 4 DSs at once. You know, as part of the multiplayer stuff. So yeah, let me turn up the volume on this a little bit. And we select start entry, and we enter the entry standby screen. Turn on the power of DS systems which have a DS Pokemon game inserted. Proceed to the DS Pokemon games menu screen and select Connect a Wii. So, you know, we do the same thing that we did with the SoulSilver game in the DS earlier. But now I have to do it for both of them on the table, so let me just quickly do that. And you'll see them appear on the screen, you know, in, like, the first 2 entry slots. So as you can see, they now appear on the screen as Player 1 and Player 2, you know? Yeah. So now I press Start on the Wii, and it says 2 players have entered. Start DS Battle, and I select the Start button, which has like a hand, like a finger pointing like, you know, this. To kind of show that we're starting it, I guess. And see if you... There's like 2... Now we go to the DS Battle Mode lobby, where you could play a one-on-one battle with 2 players, which is what we're doing. We only have 2, you know, consoles, so we're doing a 2-player battle. But if we had 3 or 4, we could play a tournament battle, which says play a tournament with 3 or 4 players. But since we only have 2, as you can see there, they both have the Battle Revolution screen on them now. That shows they're connected to the Wii Battle Revolution game. So we'll select the 2-player battle. Alright, so now we select 2-player battle, which is play a one-on-one battle with 2 players. And there's 3 Coliseums we can choose from to play in. Main Street Coliseum, Gateway Coliseum, or Lagoon Coliseum. So I'm just gonna choose Main Street, which is the 3rd option in the list. And, you know, we can set the roles. There's a so for roles we have anything goes, level 50 all, and then there's role 1, 2, and 3 which you can display or edit. So I'm just gonna choose level 50 all to make this fair, you know. And also you can see here, in a single battle, the number entry Pokemon is 3, whereas for a double battle it's 4. Because it's like 1v1v1 or 2v2, you know? And yeah, there's a lot of roles you can set here, I guess. Well, no, you can't set these. This is just what they're set to by default. So I'm just gonna select confirm. As for the battle style, there's 3 we can choose from. Single battle, double battle, and mixed battle. In single battle, you battle with 1 Pokemon at a time. In double battle, you battle with 2 Pokemon at a time. And in mixed battle, you choose 3 Pokemon, then switch one of them with one of your opponent's Pokemon. So I think I'm gonna show all 3 battle types here. We'll start with the single battle. Then I select confirm. You know, now that we chose our role and our battle style, which is level 50 all and single battle for the first one, we just select confirm. And then it asks you to choose which players will participate to start the battle. You can see here's my SoulSilver Progress DS, JSP 2K25. And then on the Pearl DS game on the RDS, it was owned by, the save file on there was named Geo. So, you know, I choose these 2. Because it says 2 players needed to start. So I just select these 2 ones I've connected to the Wii. And it says DS Battle, 2-player battle. JSP 2K25 versus Geo. And now it asks me to choose a Pokemon from the DS. You can see the ones I have here, and the ones on the other DS. And it makes them all level 50. I noticed something though. My Stantler is still here on the file for some reason. I don't think I saved my custom pass. Let me go quickly save that and come back. So it's like the Pokemon I want. Alright, so now we have to choose a Pokemon from the DS for each player. You know, I went back and fixed it, so all the Pokemon I want on each side are like correct now. And yeah, let me show you how this works. You can see here, It tells you that on your DS it says choose a Pokemon and confirm. And you have like buttons for each one here you can press. Oh wait, something happened. One of these got disconnected, I don't know why. Let me fix this minor connection error and I'll come back. Alright, so guys, something unfortunate kind of happened. While I was recording the first battles for this, my camera's battery just decided to die randomly. And it didn't even capture the footage of like those battles. So, you know, I'm gonna do them over so they're actually shown, you know? Yeah. Okay, so to start with the DS battles on, you know, the Wii, we're gonna do Main Street Coliseum. And we're gonna do like a level 50 all battle. And we'll do a single battle to start, you know? Where you battle with one Pokemon at a time. And it's like the DSs that are participating, you know. I'll show you what, you know, a single battle is like on a DS battle.
Thousands have gathered at this Coliseum, located on the main street of Poketopia.
So first up we have the modder.
That is about to unfold.
You know, we have a, you know, one of my Pokemon versus the one on the other DS console. You know, yeah. You know, it has an announcer that
carefully planning their strategy.
It has an announcer, you know, which is pretty cool.
And now, the battle begins. A solid hit. The battle is getting intense. The situation is a bit of a stalemate. It's a mental tug of war as they anticipate each other's move. Hit! That hurt! A heated battle is unfolding in the Coliseum.
Alright, so for the first battle, we're choosing level 50 all for the rolls. And the battle style is single battle. So let's get started with this, you know? I've had to like do this a few times because I've kept having like technical issues, or like one of the DS's battery died, so I had to like plug it in as well. But I think everything is gonna work now. So yeah, let's do this. I don't know why I've been having so many issues, but I think I've fixed them. So yeah, let's actually get into the battles. You know, choose the Pokemon from each DS. And we can finally get this started, you know? This is a single battle, by the way, so yeah. I'll let the announcer, like, do most of the talking.
This is an important battle for both trainers. It's time to think about a cautious battle strategy. The battle begins! The blue corner makes the first attack. It hits. A smashing blow. The air in the Coliseum is tense. Crobat starts to attack. Oh! Its speed fell. A heated battle is unfolding in the Coliseum. Solid hit, but this is not a favorable matchup. A smashing blow. Rushing blow. It's down and out. Torterra is sent out. Earthquake tears open the ground. A huge amount of damage is down. Bailey is sent out. In terms of the number of remaining Pokemon, it's an even 50-50. Both sides still have a chance to win. Hiss! A beautiful attack! Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next? Bailey starts to attack. It hits. The move fails. A well-aimed attack. Oh! Its defense fell. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory? The move fails. Earthquake tears open the ground. Taken down by an intense blow. Is sent out. The battle has reached its final stage, and the tension is peaking. A fierce blow. The red corner barely holds on. Multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage. Nidoran desperately holds on. Slammed him. It went down. Game, set, and match. The blue corner has won the game.
Alright, so as you can see, in the first battle, the Pearl DS save Pokemon beat the ones on my SoulSilver cartridge. So, on to the double battles next. Alright, so for the double battle, we're gonna battle in the Gateway Coliseum this time. Change the battle style to a double battle where you battle with 2 Pokemon at a time. And then press confirm. And I have to add the DS's back, because I'm having another issue. Alright, so now we have to select Pokemon for the double battle. I really don't know why I keep having issues with this. I mean, yeah, it works, but I seem to keep getting connection problems like every other battle or something. So yeah, let's just get on with this, with selecting Pokemon for the double battle. Then we'll begin it.
Both corners are so full of energy that there's no doubt this will be a great battle. The battle begins! Earthquake tears open the ground! caught up in it too. Bailey is sent out. Raichu is sent out. Ekans is sent out. A real battle royal. What a way to start this off.
Are you kidding me? Issues are happening again? Ah. Alright, so here we go with the second attempt at doing the double battle. Hopefully it actually goes better this time. Let's just get started with it, you know?
The Pokémon stand heroically against an inspiring view of Poketopia at night. The stage is set and the curtain is up. The red corner makes the first attack. A solid hit. It hit two Pokemon at once. That dealt some damage too. Earthquake tears open the ground. It's down and out. But its teammate was caught up in it too. Nidoran is sent out. Raichu is sent out. An intense battery, but both corners are holding their ground. Nidoran cannot move. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next? Raichu starts to attack. Nicely done. Bayleaf faces a great deal of pressure. Bayleaf restored its health. It's being ganged up on. multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage. Its evasiveness rose. It hit 2 Pokemon at once. That dealt some damage too. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory? Defense fell. The battle rages on. Their concentration is certainly being tested. Became paralyzed. Bailey restored its health. Earthquake tears open the ground. It went down, but its teammate was caught up in it too. Is sent out. B-Barrel is sent out. In terms of the number of remaining Pokemon, it's an even 50-50. Both sides still have a chance to win. B-Barrel starts to attack. That hurt. Earthquake tears open the ground. It's down and out. The battle has reached its final stage. best Pokemon from each team will take the field. Both corners are in a tough spot. Torterra starts to attack. A rigid shot. The blue corner cannot move. Bayleaf desperately holds on. Rushing blow. It couldn't take it. It's down. The battle has ended. The red corner narrowly escaped defeat.
So as you can see there, the Pearl DS Save Pokemon won again against the SoulSilver one in the double battle. So now we're going to move on to the mixed battle, which is the last one I'm going to show in this video. So yeah, let's get into it. So for this last battle, the mixed battle, I'm choosing the Lagoon Coliseum. Level 50 all for the rolls to make it fair. And I'm doing a mixed battle, you know. Boy, the roll is actually anything goes for a mixed battle, not level 50 all. That's what sets it to. So it's actually going to be a battle using, you know, the regular levels of each Pokemon from each cartridge, not level 50. So yeah, I guess we'll see how this goes, you know. This is what it says on my DS here. It says, in a mixed battle, you and your opponent first choose one of each other's Pokemon. Then you exchange the chosen Pokemon in battle. Please select one of your opponent's Pokemon. So let's see, what am I gonna use? I think I'll select Thunderwall, which is my opponent's Raichu, as you can see here. We'll select that one. And now on the other one I have to select the mixed one as well. So I'll do that and then the battle will begin. Alright, the battle is now beginning. The final DS battle, you know? Bring it on, he says.
This is an important battle for both trainers. Neither side can afford to give up in this battle. And now, the battle begins. Bam! A brilliant attack right from the start. It's down already. Riolu is sent out. The blue corner has already taken some serious damage. However, this battle is just getting started. Riolu uses its move. direct hit. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next? Slammed him. It's down and out. Is sent out. The battle has reached its final stage. Big hit! Taken down by an intense blow. The battle has ended. It's a total victory for the red corner.
Alright, so as you can see, that battle went pretty quickly. And, for once, the SoulSilver Pokemon won against the Pearl ones, you know? In the third battle, they finally, you know, won a round. And I think before I end this video, I'll quickly tell you, I think, what was causing the communication issue. So in that, like, Pearl cartridge I got, it didn't like being in, like, one of my DS's, I think. So I switched it over to being in this 2DS, you know? And then after I did that, it seemed to work better. So yeah. That's all for, like, you know, all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. And maybe I'll revisit this game again in the future, because it's pretty cool, you know. You know, we can still use DS games with it in 2026. Though, like I said, I did have some issues, but you know what, we got over them. So yeah, see you in the next video, and bye. And this answers your question if it does work in 2026 or not. Ciao.